So good afternoon everyone. Okay, today I'll be presenting the material about case study research in qualitative physics. But before we jump into the material, let me introduce myself. My name is Agatha. Okay, let's jump into the list of content. Here it contains 7 content. The first one is about the definition of case study research and then the purpose of it, the advantage and disadvantage of case study research, the type of case study research, and then I provide some example that using case study research. Then after that we'll be jump into the question and answering session, and the last one will be the comment question. Okay, without further ado, let's jump into the definition. Okay, so the definition first, based on Gary G. 2006, case study research is a methodology that involves the in-depth analysis of single case for a small number of cases to gain a comprehensive understanding of phenomena that being studied. So, from that definition, I can conclude that case study research is a type of research method that involves an in-depth, detailed investigation of a single case, such as a person, a group, organization, event, or a phenomenon. And the goal is to gain a rich understanding of the case within its real world context. Okay, next will be the purpose. Okay, the purpose here contains focus and goals. So the focus of case study is somehow similar to Gary G. definition of case study, which is to provide in-depth analysis of single case or a small number of cases to gain a comprehensive understanding of the phenomena being studied. And the goal is to basically become an expert on a subject and understanding it completely within its own world. Okay, next we jump to the advantages of case studies. The first one is rich detail. Case study research provide a deep and nuanced understanding of the subject by using multiple data sources. Researchers can uncover complex factors and relationships that might be missed in broader studies. The next advantages will be theory building. In-depth analysis of case study can help develop new theories or challenge the existing one. The last advantages is complementary research. Case study can be used alongside other research like experiments to provide a more comprehensive understanding. Next will be the disadvantages. Disadvantages of the case study. The first one is limited generalizability. Finding from a single case study may not be applicable to a wider population, so it can be difficult to draw a general conclusion. The next one will be time intensive, which conducting a thorough case study can be very time consuming, especially with the data collection and analysis. The last one will be the resource intensive, which depending on the case, gathering data can require significant resources, such as travel or specialized equipment. So that we jump into the type of case study. The RNG is providing, based on the RNG, there's 3 types of case study. The first one is the single case studies. The second one is comparative case study, and the last one is longitudinal case studies. The first single case studies is so this type of case studies focus on a single case or individual, providing a detailed analysis of the phenomenon under study in that specific context. Second one is comparative case study. So this type of case study is involved the analysis of multiple cases, allowing for the identification of similarities and differences across cases and the explanation of causal relations. Last one is longitudinal case studies. So this type follow a single case over an extended period of time, allowing for the investigation of changes and development within the case. Okay, next we will be jump into the example that I provide. So about the qualitative case study methodology, study design, and implementation for novice research. So the purpose of this case study is to explore or explain a complex real-life intervention situation or phenomenon. And the result of the case study can provide in-depth understanding of the case, insight into an issue, or contribute to the development of a team. The method that used in this case study can vary, such as intrinsic, instrumental, or collective, depending on the researcher's interest in the nature of the case. Second example. The title is Discussion the Case for Qualitative Case Study Methodology in Aphasia. Introduction. So the purpose of the research is to discuss the case for qualitative case study methodology in the field of aphasia, which is a communication disorder caused by brain injury. The result of this discussion is the author wants to argue for the importance of qualitative case studies in understanding and addressing aphasia. And the method used in this discussion is involved the use of qualitative case studies. The third example is the title is Some Loopholes of the South African Law Case Studies and Example. So the purpose of this research is to protect the Disclosure Act 26 of 2000 is to protect individuals who disclose acts of corruption, malfeasance, and other wrongdoing against the law. And the result of the act is that the individual who discloses corruption and other wrongdoing are protected from harm, injury, or death. However, witnesses are not covered by the act and are not protected from harm, injury. The method that used in this research involves examining specific case studies and legal scenarios to illustrate how loopholes in the South African law manifest in real life situation. And the last example is the title of the research is How Does National SOC Monitoring on Agricultural Soil Supply with the EU Strategies? An example using practice studies. The purpose of this research is the EU strategy for monitoring soil organic carbon, or SOC, to reach climate neutrality in the EU by 2050 with the agriculture, forestry, and other land use sector, aiming to be climate neutral by 2050. And the results of the research is the EU monitoring by the program and display for the EU soil observation, soil health dashboard. Harmonization of monitoring programs is essential for quantitative evaluation of SOC stocks and soil health at the European level with focus on differentiating between harmonization and standardization. Okay, we jump into the question and answering section. So here I already provide five questions, and here's the first question. What is the definition of case study? So if there's some of you know the answer of the question, I hope you can raise your hand. Is there anyone? So what is the definition of case study?
So case research is a method
Okay, for the third question, what is a single case study? Okay,
Yeah, I think a single case study is detailed analysis of the phenomena which belongs to single case or individual subject.
so for the last question will be a true or false question. So the fourth question is true or false, case study are best suited for exploratory research where you want to gain a deeper understanding of the phenomenon. So does it true or false? Why is it true? Explain. Is it true? Okay, Krishna.
Because case study is so at providing its trial and interpreting side.
Thank you for the explanation. The last question will be true or false, case study focus on investigation a broad range of participants. Why is it false? Why?
Because the study is focused on the analysis of classical individual or situation.
Thank you for the explanation. So we jump into the conclusion. Okay, so we can conclude that case studies that you to explore a single subject, like looking at it under a magnifying glass. You won't know everything, but not everything. But you'll be an expert on that one. So this is great for understanding unique situation or why things happen the way they do. And just be aware that the findings might not apply everywhere and it can be time consuming to do this. So that's all our presentation that I can find for you today. So thank you for your attention.